The city hummed its usual tune, a symphony of sirens and distant despair. Another Tuesday, another dead end. My office, a monument to forgotten dreams and stale coffee, offered little comfort. But this wasn't about a dame with a sob story or a missing heirloom. This was about something far more insidious, something with four paws and a tail. It started subtly, a whisper of chaos in the quiet corners of my life. A chewed slipper here, a suspicious puddle there. Small potatoes, you might say. But I'd seen enough small potatoes turn into a whole rotten bushel. His name was Barkley, a golden retriever, all sunshine and wagging tail on the surface. But I knew better. Beneath that innocent facade beat the heart of a master manipulator, a furry fiend with an agenda. His eyes, those big, soulful brown eyes, held secrets, dark, unspeakable secrets. He'd watch me, always watching, a silent furry sentinel, observing my every move. It was unnerving, like living under the constant gaze of a furry, slobbering surveillance camera. I felt like a fly caught in a web, and Barkley was the spider, patiently waiting. The incidents escalated. My prized antique rug, a family heirloom, became a canvas for his artistic expression, rendered in shades of mud and something unidentifiable. My new leather couch, a symbol of my fleeting financial stability, was reduced to a pile of shredded dreams. He worked with a silent efficiency that would make a professional saboteur blush. Then came the disappearances. My car keys, my wallet, even my left sock. They vanished into the ether, only to reappear in the most improbable locations. Under the fridge, inside a potted plant, once even in the toilet. It was a game, a twisted canine game, and I was the unwitting pawn. I tried to reason with him to appeal to his better nature. I tried stern words, gentle coaxing, even bribery with prime cuts of steak. Nothing worked. He'd just tilt his head, those innocent eyes boring into my soul, and then, when my back was turned, another act of domestic terrorism would commence. My sanity was fraying, thread by thread. Sleep became a luxury, haunted by the phantom sounds of chewing and digging. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle in the dark, sent a jolt of dread through me. I was living in a house of horrors, and the monster had a wagging tail. The final straw came with the mail. A letter, official-looking, from the city. A notice of eviction. It seemed Barkley had developed a taste for important documents, specifically my rent checks. Not just chewing them, mind you, but meticulously shredding them into confetti, then burying the evidence in the backyard. He hadn't just destroyed my possessions, he was systematically dismantling my life. It wasn't just naughtiness, it was calculated, cold-blooded sabotage. He wanted me out. But why? What was his end game? I looked at him then, sprawled on the remains of my couch, a smug look on his furry face. He wasn't just a naughty dog. He was a criminal mastermind, a furry puppet master pulling the strings of my existence. And as I stared into those dark, knowing eyes, a chilling thought crept into my mind. Perhaps he wasn't working alone. Perhaps Barkley was just a pawn in a larger, more sinister canine conspiracy. The neighborhood cats, the squirrels, even the mailman, they all seemed to be in on it. And I, the unsuspecting human, was merely a target. The game was far from over.